How you doing? This is the guy from Pittsburgh. Well, if you want a happy, cheerful guy from Pittsburgh, this morning you ain't gonna get it. Last night on Bell Gab, White Crow said, "How come you're not doing a video on Art Bell quitting again?" Well, let me tell you. And this is combined with another thing I want to talk about. First of all, there's a great article on my blog. The Meow is out there at blogspot.com. by this woman who wrote a thing about she's not a morning person and society keeps punishing her. And that's how I feel. You go to the you stay up all night, you're doing stuff in your computer, you're watching videos, you're posting, you're blogging, you're on the phone with somebody. And last night I was on the phone with little Chris and Area 51 drone who needs to get a real phone instead of that tin can setup he's got in his convertible, because it keeps crapping out, and it's really annoying. I'm up with them till like 2, 3 o'clock. And Wednesday night, I'm up till 5 o'clock listening to Noory's video on his prediction show from New Year's Day. I'm listening to all that, and I got to listen to it a second time to take notes, do a video on that. And I want to apologize to Noory for something I posted on Bell Gab last night. I was in a dark and foul mood. And, but anyway, you get up. You're not a morning animal. I wasn't up 5 minutes today. I got a call. "Hi, this is so-and-so from the San Joaquin Water District. Did you call me?" And instead of being cheerful and nice, "No, I didn't call you. I've been getting these weird calls for 2 months. Why would I don't know anybody at the Water District. Please don't call me again." So yesterday, I go to bed at 5 in the morning, Wednesday, after listening to Noory on my headphones, because I don't want to wake my neighbor up above me doing a video, or listening to the video. I wake up at 1 o'clock, and I start posting, and I start looking for the news of the day, Fox, New York Post, New York Daily News. See what the weather's going to be like. Try to go with my girlfriend who's on the phone with her girlfriend, so I can't get through to her. And then I finally checked my emails, and bam, like a fist to my stomach, there's an email from George Noory with the Facebook post. That's all it was said. Nothing about, I'm sorry this happened or any of this stuff. Just he sent me the picture of the Facebook post. Art Bell is quitting because he can't play friggin' bumper music. And I'm going, oh my God. So that put me in a bad mood for the rest of the day. So then I go look on Bell Gab, and I see they're going to have a gabcast show about this whole issue, but I got in late, so I only caught the tail end. That was enjoyable. They're talking about phone scammers. And my favorite was when they called my friend Maroney and they called my mother. He's not on the internet at all. And "Oh, sir, you have Microsoft problems and we will help you on your computer." And he goes, "I'm not connected to the internet." "Oh, goodbye." And then they call my mother, who was 90 at that time, and it happened to be in her apartment that day. And she's going, "Why are you calling me?" And I said, "Give me the phone, Mother." Yeah, what do you want?" "Well, we have the Microsoft Research Center, and you have problems with your computer." I said, "Well, that's a cute trick, pal. My mother's 90 years old. She's never used a computer. She's never owned a computer. She's probably never even touched a computer. Don't call her again." Well, they never called after that. And then afterwards, the guys from Gabcast, MV, or Jazzmunda, invited me to get on the show afterwards. And so, "You're not recording it?" "No." "Okay, as long as you're nice." And they were nice. It was pleasant. I had fun. But I was still in a dark and foul mood the rest of the night. And I am today. I mean, here's a guy. He's in the Radio Hall of Fame. The man has fans all over the country. George Noory is in denial. He's still trying to tell people that the way they figured the numbers, they did it with an abacus, or they did it with stone knives and bear skins in the old days. And so Art didn't have 15 million listeners, and Noory has 600 stations. And and his numbers are going up when his numbers sat there for months and didn't go anywhere. And George, I don't know about anybody else. I don't give a damn if you have 600 stations or you're broadcasting from a pirate station out in the middle of the North Sea or the Atlantic Ocean or often on the Farallon Islands. Who cares how many stations you had? Art Bell had a lot of stations. I remember Larry King used to talk about the number of stations he had. It must be some big thing in the radio industry. I know Rush, the number one guy, he's got a lot of stations. But, you know, people listen to you on iHeartRadio. I listen to you on iHeartRadio. I listen to Rush on iHeartRadio. I listen to Michael Savage on iHeartRadio. Because I don't want to get in the kitchen and have to find another station for Michael Savage because KFSFO comes in with all staticky in my kitchen. But anyway, you can listen to Noory all over the world or other talk show hosts. They got tons of stations in iHeart. They got a Sinatra 100-year anniversary thing. They got probably stuff for every singer you ever heard of. Now, what I can't understand, somebody must be paying licenses for Rush because he does parody songs. He does I'm a Philanderer, and that's the melody of a major song. So if Rush can do it, now granted, they pay Rush $400 million. He puts the money in an armored car, takes it to his South Florida fortress, then goes plays golf. And he's probably a better golfer than Obama. He meets a better class of people. But someone's paying for his licensing rights to play these parody songs by Paul Shanklin. So if Rush Limbaugh can do it, I know, Art, you don't have the kind of bucks that Rush does. But why the hell can't you get somebody in the industry? And there are tons of guys in the radio broadcasting industry. They're your fans, Bateman and other guys. Someone can't find a way to get around this paying for songs so you can have bumper music? I don't get that. Or the alternate thing, everybody's suggesting you do, just go to K9 and run your show on K9. And then run a delayed feed of your show or the next day without bumper music. You can do that from your house to K9. Hell, you did it to Premiere and what was the other guys before Premiere? I can't remember the other network. But you talked about the president of the network coming to your house and all that stuff, and it was based out of Oregon. So if you could do it with that, you could do it with this. You don't have to podcast, for God's sake. You can podcast separate. Get yourself in a radio station. They got licenses for music. I even posted a link on BellGab that's $300 to run music. I don't know where you think it's thousands of bucks. And stop listening to Keith Rowland. He's a webmaster. He's not a radio guy, and he's not a music guy. And frankly, your old site on Coast to Coast was a hell of a lot better than the site you got now. It looked a lot better. I got your disc right here. I just wish I could get some of the pictures off of it. There's the Art Bell disc. These are going for $100 on eBay. I know because my administrator, Justin, tried to get one. He was pissed off, and he's going to get one from Roland, and I'd like a couple. One as a spare and one to give away to my listeners. Or even get Art Bell to autograph it. I think it has an autograph certificate in it, if I remember correctly. Let's see. Oh, yeah, there's an autographed little certificate, but it would still be cool to get Art to... Here's Art Bell. Right there. I got an authentic one, no copies, no pirated, no... I downloaded this. There's Art Bell himself. But the thing is that... you mean to tell me, with your experience in the radio industry, you can't find a way to stream music? Come on, Art. Or did you just give up? And I think there's something behind the scenes here. Maybe your wife doesn't really want you to do this. Maybe your little daughter didn't want you to do this. Maybe one of your cats wants Daddy to cuddle you instead of being on ham radio. I don't get it, Art. But you keep... It's like it's like Joe Blitzvik, the guy with the cloud over your head when you deal with Art Bell from Little Abner. Every time we get our hopes up, we get dashed, we get thrown to the ground like we're slammed in a body slam in a steel cage death match. And Noory didn't do me any good yesterday sending me that. I felt like crap the whole day, and I wasn't even awake yet. So, Art, reach out to bell gabbers. They're not all mean-spirited and evil like Noory thinks. There's some really good guys on there. There's some real rats, too. Yeah, the kind of rats that live in here. Them kind of rats. That's how I felt yesterday. The rat in the coffee cup there. But, reach out to them. They got lots of suggestions. And somebody out there, hell, you got your former announcer. He's in radio. Talk to him. Somebody out there will find the solution is we don't give a damn if we love your bumper music. And you love your bumper music. But I'll pay $20 a month to listen to Art Bell music or not. And I'm already paying for Netflix. I'm paying for Hulu. I'm going to be paying for that other thing from Dish Network. But it's worth it to me to have Art Bell all the time. And if I can stream it and put the shows in my computer, so much the better. But you don't need music. Put the Dreamland theme on and put Midnight in the Desert. And maybe Conspiracy Radio. And have the guy from Conspiracy Radio write you a new song with your Dark Matter theme. That's all you need, Art. We get on the air. We get on the radio. Not the air. Well, I guess it's on the air. It's coming over the radio. But we go on the internet to listen to you, Art. We don't go on the internet to listen to ABBA or Abba Zaba or something like that. If you had a 3-hour show with no music at all, it's the beginning and the end of the commercial break, so you can go to the bathroom and get a sandwich, or dare I say, even a plate of pizza rolls, we'd be happy. And I know there are people out there on BellGab, I didn't want to pay $15 a month to listen on Sirius with 200 channels. Well, you cheap bastards. You listen to the greatest guy on the radio that we've had in the last 20 years. If you're not a conservative, you won't say that with Rush, but you had Rush and Larry King, and you had Hilly Rose, and you had the late Ira Blue, and you had Long John Nebel, and giants in the radio broadcasting industry. John Nebel was one of the first talk show guys, and he did the paranormal and UFO and Adamski and Kehoe, people of his day. He's a legend. He's forgotten today because most young people don't know who the hell he was, but he was the Art Bell of his time. But you're still the Art Bell of your time. So, Art, you need to do something about it. Now, I'll go back to a minute about not being a morning animal. I'm not mean-spirited in the morning. I'm just cranky. I haven't had my coffee. And this is my first cup of coffee in the day. And the cup on the other side, I'm not going to turn it around because it really needs to be cleaned. I didn't realize this. It says, I'm good and I'm evil, ABC. There was some show like that. And it turns from good to evil if you put coffee in it. And I felt like the evil yesterday. I was mad, I was angry, I was hurt, I was upset, I was devastated, I was shocked. All of the above, and God knows what other more. Art Bell's quitting again because of music? Hell, you want music, Art? Hire a mariachi band. Or drive over to Area 51 and get a couple of grays and stick some instruments in your hand. Then you get music. And not anal probe instruments either. But I hate mornings. I'm not a morning animal. I worked graveyard for years. You go to the store in the afternoon and you go in there and they're going, hi, how are you? You have a nice day. And you haven't had enough sleep, or you've had too much sleep, and you're feeling hungover. And even though you're not drinking, you're feeling hungover. And you're thinking to yourself, God, will you please just shut the hell up and let me get my groceries and get the hell out of here, you cheerful son of a bitch. I mean, everybody thinks that, if it's 9 o'clock in the morning, you're supposed to jump up. Da-da, 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 da-da. I'm happy, I'm wide awake. I wish it's up calling me for goodness sake. I'm happy. I'm just like White Crow. How come you done a video? God damn, White Crow. I was in shock yesterday and pissed off. I needed some time to detox. I went out in the living room And I watched License to Kill, where they take Felix Leiter and he gets eaten by a shark. I needed that for comedy relief. That's how much of a dark mood I am. I was in. Not I am. Yeah, I am a dark mood, I guess. But, you know, if it were up to me, if I could control the solar system, I'd put a big pair of Foster Grants in the sun and take them off about 8 o'clock in the evening. My eyes are light sensitive, too. I'm not, I'm not a morning animal, never been a morning animal, and never was one. Was a morning animal. My mother used to wake me up on my days off when I lived with her when I was 40 years ago. And I'd have one day off a week. She'd wake me up at 5:30 in the morning to pray. Like, you woke me up on my day off to pray? Or she woke me up, I've made breakfast for you. And I go, what time is it? 9 o'clock? She goes, no, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. I go, what the hell am I going to do at 7 o'clock in the morning? Well, we need to go out and we need to go shopping. And I'm going, oh my God. And, she was a nurse. She was used to those hours, but I wasn't. I don't wake up my body doesn't wake up till noon. If I wake up at 8:30, I look at the clock and I go, oh my God, it's 8:30, and I go back to bed. So, even on my days off when I worked, I would wake up at noon. And people are making noise. And I woke up today and I get in here and the Catholic school next to me, the school kids are yelling and screaming. Then there's a guy with air blowers. My second job in high school was raking leaves. And, rake leaves up, put them in a bag, put them in a trash can. I did that after school to bus money to go to school. I'd moved out of my mother's. My big mistake was moving back. I did my other mistake when I lived in Vegas is not going in the Air Force or not going to get a casino job. We knew everybody in the casino industry there because she babysat the stars' kids. So I consider people with air blowers to be lazy. When I worked in a gas station, I went out there to rake leaves all night after every storm. And it took me an hour to do that every day. But did it with a rake and a shovel and a trash can. Air blowers, that's for wimps. It's for lazy people. And they're too damn noisy. Those things should be banned. Well, anyway, I'm not in the greatest of mood at this news. And, I'm not George Noory's enemy, even though he thinks I am. And people on Belgab, well, some of them really hate his shows. And I can't get around that. I can't make excuses for that. They call him all kinds of names and stuff. Now, like Envy said yesterday, and I hope he doesn't mind my saying this, he thinks Noory personally is a very nice guy. And I think George Noory is a nice guy. But something happens to George and he gets behind that microphone. I don't know if it's laziness or he gets like a senior moment. And he's been getting them for 11 years. But it's not the best radio it could be. And it could be. My videos, I've had some clunkers. I've had some videos that people just hated. And George hated one of my previous videos. And then he sent me a link to my video where I said Belgab haters, liars, and fools. Well, that's how I feel about the people who attack me. But I got a lot of friends on Belgab too. And I was one of the reasons I was very anti-Belgab is I got thrown off there. And I missed being on there. So, I have friends who like me on Belgab. I have people I like on Belgab. I really like their post. And Yorkshire Ped said I've blocked him. Well, I've blocked 15 people in there. Some of them are gone because they just won't stop the rude comments. And there's no, I'm not talking about my personal life. I'm trying to not do that. And yet I just did it with my mother. But I was making the point that I'm not a morning animal and, leaf raking. But I'm trying to, it's not easy because people want to hear me talk about what I do. So I'm caught between a rock and a hard place. If I don't talk about me, they don't want to listen. They don't want to watch. They don't want to listen. If I talk about me, then they bitch that I'm talking about myself. Well, hell, Art Bell talks about himself. Noory talks about himself. I guess it's okay if you're a rich radio guy to talk about yourself. You're a poor schmuck doing videos in your apartment. No, you can't talk about yourself. There's a double standard here. Well, anyway, I've gone on too long with this. Oh, there's red ant. I wondered what that thing was. A red ant that's sitting on top of my alien head. Oh, yeah, and some guy asked me how I got the alien head. I got that off of eBay. A guy's father made a nightlight of it. I got it for $15. Now, those alien pops heads sell for anywhere from $25 to $100. I got another one under the desk here, but it fell one day. I put it on an old lamp to make a pedestal out of it. The problem with the alien head lamp is it's too light, and it keeps tipping over, and I keep tripping on the cord and breaking the bulb, and I got a green party bulb in there. I've tried an LED bulb, and it doesn't give the same effect, and everybody likes it. So you can get one of those on eBay. I wish the company were still around, because I used to go to stores and would get them for free, and I had about 5 of them in my storage before I lost it. All right, I don't know what I'm going to talk about in the next video. I got to listen to 2 hours or 4 hours of Noory, re-listen to that video and take notes. I know I'm going to talk about John Hogue and him having taken an anti-petroleum stance. But I wish to hell I could talk to Art in person for an hour and say, hey, Art, this is why, as a typical listener, what I think you should do. And the same with Barack Obama, and frankly, I'm hoping to talk to George Noory if he still wants me to interview him, and talk to him like a regular guy, because when it comes down to it, all us guys, and gals too, we put our clothes on like everybody else, we take showers, we get up in the morning, we go do our thing, whether we go to work or not, or we're disabled, or homeless, we're all humans. And it doesn't matter if you're black or your Black Lives Matter, or you're white, you're Asian, you're Latino, you're Chinese, you're Indian, you're Native American. We're all people. And we're all the same people, except that the maniacs in the Middle East who kill people in Delhi. And because they hate. And they hate for the sake of hating. All right, this is the guy from Pittsburgh. I'm not sure if I should say Free Art Bell or Free Us, but Free Art Bell, Free Coast to Coast AM, and Free the Duck, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.